Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Back to the Cardboard. I want to welcome you. My name's Shannon. Happy you're here with me. Got something special for you today, kind of out of the ordinary, I guess. Not really looking at cards, but we're going to be talking about and sharing the story of Babe Ruth's 500th home run. And I guess what brought this on is his bat just sold for over $1 million to hit that 500th home run. So stay tuned for the remainder of this episode, and I'll share a story with you about that. It was August the 11th, 1929, when the New York Yankees were visiting the Cleveland Indians League Park, when a player by the name of George Herman Ruth came to the plate. He had surmounted 499 home runs, and up until that moment, no one had eclipsed that mark. Ruth's second inning blast made him the first player in big league history to hit 500 home runs, and only 26 other players have hit 500 career home runs, with the Boston Red Sox star David Ortiz joining the club most recently in 2015. Cy Williams, the star slugger for Philadelphia's National League club, was the Bambino's closest competitor. The veteran outfielder had collected 249 career homers as of August the 11th, 1929. The day Ruth paddled a hoodlum pitch over the 40-foot-high concrete screen right field wall that thumped off a doorstep on Lexington Avenue just outside the park and rolled unsuspectedly towards the footsteps of a traveler from New Philadelphia, Ohio. A solid clop must have filled Jake Geyser's ears when a baseball ricocheted off a doorstep on Cleveland's Lexington Avenue and rolled towards his feet. Geyser, waiting to board a bus to his home about 90 miles south of the city, was standing just beyond the tall right field fence at Cleveland's League Park. He most likely heard, too, the roar of the overflow ballpark crowd of more than 25,000 people, just as the Sultan of SWAT cocked his bat over his left shoulder and swung fiercely, launching the baseball towards the street. As Geyser was about to depart from Cleveland that Sunday afternoon after visiting relatives, Babe Ruth stepped to the plate in the top of the second inning with 499 career home runs tallied to his stat sheet. Ruth had been hitting homers at a torrid pace, and he had 4 in his last 5 games. The Babe seemed to find League Park particularly accommodating, having slugged many moonshots there since he first deposited one in the center field seats, just left of the scoreboard in May of 1921. The ballpark at that time was also known as Dunn Field. As the Bambino settled at the plate, it was his first at-bat of the game. Cleveland's pitcher, Willis Hoodlum, threw a high fastball, which left home plate much higher and 10 times faster than it arrived, reported New York Times writer William Brandt. It soared over the right field fence near the foul line and was the first run of the afternoon. According to the front page above the fold article in the next day's Cleveland Plain Dealer, Ruth called his shot before the game. In his story, Gordon Cobbledick wrote about an exchange the Yankees slugger had with the ballpark security chief, H. Clay Folger. "Listen," said the Babe, "I'm going to hit number 500 today, and I'll tell you what, I wish you do. I'd wish you find the kid who gets the ball and bring him to me. I'd kind of like to save that one." Geyser, of course, was no kid. Brandt wrote in the Times that he was 46 years old, and as for respecting the Babe's wishes and returning the ball, the Times simply reported that he, the ball retriever, was brought back to the stadium and escorted to the Yankees' dugout. The Plain Dealer, sticking with the kid theme, provided a more elaborate tale of how Geyser reached and met the Babe. Folger and his men immediately went into action, the Plain Dealer reported. This and that urchin they interviewed, and at a length they found one who said, "A fella got it. I think he went into the ballpark." The Cleveland newspaper claimed Folger rushed back to the ballpark, and soon there entered a young man with a suspicious-looking bulge at his right-hand coat pocket. There, the Plain Dealer reported, Folger offered to exchange a brand-new baseball with the Babe's autograph on it for the 500th home run ball. We learned from the plain dealer's side of the story that Geyser was accompanied by an unidentified friend who may have been trying to score a better deal for his pal by popping up with, "Oh yeah? Well, maybe my friend would like to save it too." At that moment, everyone involved headed to the Yankees dugout to meet the Babe. Once there, Ruth asked the ball retriever his name. His reply, according to the plain dealer, "I'm Jake Geyser. I came up from New Philadelphia, Ohio to see the game." From that point, the plain dealer and New York Times stories mostly agree. Ruth hands an autographed ball. The Times reported it was 2 balls, to either a young or 46-year-old Geyser, and an unautographed $20 bill. The Sporting News, perhaps gleaning from information from the Cleveland reports, did not list Geyser's name or age, but referred to him as Youngster and Boy in its August 15, 1929 edition. The Times reported that Geyser delayed his bus trip back to New Philadelphia to stick around at League Park, often called Dunn Field, in honor of the Indians' owner, James Dunn, in hopes of seeing Ruth hit another shot towards Lexington Avenue. After watching Ruth miss the fence on 3 subsequent efforts and asserting that Ruth's 600 homer is not likely to happen here this week, he left for his home. Richer by $20, to say nothing of the 2 baseballs. This was taken from an article written by Chad Osborne. But this isn't about the famed 500 home run ball, but the bat that sent it out to Lexington Avenue. The bat was autographed by Ruth, the 7-time World Series champion, then gave to his friend, New York Mayor Jim Rice, in the 40s. The bat stayed with Rice family for 75 years, according to the Associated Press. Babe Ruth bats are thought to be priceless, but it turns out there's a price people are willing to pay to get their hands on something once used by the great Bambino, and it's not cheap. On Saturday, that bat was sold for over $1 million at an auction in Laguna Niguel, California, according to the Associated Press. The buyer, who is not named by SCP Auctions, now has quite a piece of baseball history. This is not the first of Ruth's memorabilia to go for auction or to sell for over $1 million. Back in 2004, the bat used when he hit his first home run at Yankee Stadium during the 1923 season went for almost $1.3 million. Well, that was quick and easy. Story there about Babe Ruth's 500th home run and his 500th home run ball and bat. Got something special for you. Next episode, we're going to be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned. We have a 100 subscriber giveaway, and it's going to be awesome. So tune in Saturday for further details. Until next time, God bless America, and remember our troops deployed this time of year. Until next time, peace.